In a world where we're bombarded with the noise of what it means to stand out, to be seen, and to be heard, it's easy to forget the profound power of silence. The ancient Stoics had it right all along. They understood the strength that lies in stillness, the kind of strength that draws people in without a single word being spoken. Imagine walking into a room and, without trying, becoming the focal point, not because you're the loudest, but because you carry a presence so captivating that it's as if you're speaking volumes without saying anything at all. This isn't just the stuff of legends or ancient philosophy, it's a reality you can achieve today. We're diving deep into the essence of silent attraction, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. It's about more than just making an entrance. It's about leaving a lasting impression that feels as natural as breathing. So if you've ever felt overshadowed in a world that can't stop talking, this is your moment to learn how to let your silence speak louder than words. As Seneca said, silence is a lesson learned from the many sufferings of life. Let's unravel the secrets to becoming effortlessly magnetic, to turning heads without trying, all by harnessing the ancient art of Stoic charm. If you appreciate the journey we're embarking on together, exploring the depths of silence and wisdom, do me a simple favor by hitting that subscribe button. And remember, if you've ever felt like you're different from the majority, this message is tailored for you. So make sure not to skip any part of the video. Habit number 1, be you. How often do we mask our thoughts, mute our interests, or even alter our opinions just to blend in? We've all been there, but Stoicism nudges us gently back to our authentic path. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Stoicism tells us that the most magnetic, attractive quality we possess is our authenticity. When you are true to yourself, you're in harmony with your nature, and this harmony resonates deeply with those around you. It's like sending out a signal that says, "This is me, unfiltered, unapologetic, and real." And believe me, that kind of truth is magnetic. But let's break it down further. Being you means embracing your quirks, your passions, and your vulnerabilities. As Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." It means standing firm in your beliefs, even when the world tries to sway you otherwise. It's about finding comfort in your own skin, knowing that your genuine expression is your greatest asset. Remember, the Stoics valued virtue above all: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Living by these virtues, being guided by your inner moral compass, makes you not just attractive to others, but also brings you closer to personal tranquility and happiness. So how do you start embracing the power of being you? As Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." It begins with a little introspection. Take time to understand your values, passions, and boundaries. Reflect on what makes you feel alive, what drives you, and how you can align your actions with your true self. Then take the brave step of expressing that true self to the world. It's not about being perfect or pleasing everyone. It's about being real, being consistent in your words and actions, and showing up as the authentic you every single day. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." In the context of our discussion, replace man with person, and the message remains just as powerful. Don't spend your life pondering over what makes someone attractive or likable. Embrace your authenticity, live by your virtues, and let your genuine self shine. That's the power of being you. And trust me, in a world that often values conformity, your authenticity is your superpower. It's what makes you silently attractive. drawing people towards you in the most effortless and profound way. Habit number 2, style with substance. The way we present ourselves to the world speaks volumes, telling a story without uttering a single word. As Seneca said, "A great mind becomes a great fortune." Stoicism doesn't preach about renouncing material possessions or ignoring our appearance. Instead, it guides us toward living with intention, including how we express ourselves through our style. Stoicism teaches us the value of authenticity and simplicity, urging us to focus on what truly matters when it comes to style. This doesn't mean adhering to a minimalist aesthetic or foregoing fashion altogether. As Epictetus said, "Know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly." It means choosing clothes that resonate with our true selves, garments that reflect our personality, values, and the roles we play in life. It's about making deliberate choices that harmonize with our inner essence, rather than mindlessly following every fleeting trend. Think about it. When you wear something that feels right, something that screams you, how do you feel? Confident, comfortable, maybe even a bit invincible. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's because aligning your external appearance with your internal world amplifies your authenticity. It makes you stand out not because you're flashy or extravagant, but because you're radiating a sense of self that's uniquely yours. But style goes beyond just clothes. It encompasses your entire aesthetic, from the way you wear your hair to the accessories that become extensions of your persona. Each choice is a brushstroke in the masterpiece that is you. Stoicism encourages us to make these choices consciously, to ensure they add value, not just noise. So how do we apply Stoic wisdom to our style? As Seneca said, "The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time." Start by asking yourself what each piece in your wardrobe says about you. Does it align with your values? Does it reflect who you are or who you aspire to be? The goal isn't to impress others, but to express your true self in a way that's genuine and enforced. Remember, your style isn't static. As you grow, evolve, and navigate through life, your style will shift and change. That's perfectly okay. The key is to remain true to yourself through these transitions, allowing your external expression to evolve with your internal journey. Habit number 3, the silent language of the body. It's fascinating how much we can communicate without ever saying a word. Our posture, our gestures, even the way we move through a room, all of it sends signals to those around us. As Epictetus said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." Stoicism, at its core, teaches us about control and awareness, not just of our minds, but also of our bodies. It's about understanding that our external expressions are reflections of our internal states. So when we talk about body language from a Stoic perspective, it's not just about manipulating our gestures to appear a certain way. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." It's about aligning our outer movements with our inner virtues and intentions. It's about integrity and coherence between what we feel and what we show. Consider the simple act of maintaining good posture. It's not just about looking confident. It's a physical manifestation of self-respect and personal dignity, qualities highly esteemed in Stoicism. As Seneca said, "We should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired?" When you stand tall with your shoulders back and head held high, you're not just telling the world that you're confident, you're telling yourself that you're worthy of respect. This self-assured stance naturally draws people towards you, creating an aura of approachability and trustworthiness. But it doesn't stop at posture. The subtleties of our facial expressions, the warmth of our smile, the sincerity in our eye contact, all these elements of body language are deeply communicative. They have the power to bridge gaps, to make others feel seen and understood without a word being spoken. A genuine smile, for instance, can disarm the most guarded heart, while sincere eye contact can forge a connection that feels as deep as any conversation. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Stoicism encourages us to be present and mindful in every moment, and this extends to our body language. Being truly present means being aware of how we're physically engaging with those around us. It's about ensuring our body language reflects our genuine feelings and intentions, whether it's showing empathy, openness, or simply a readiness to engage. This mindful approach to nonverbal communication invites genuine interactions and relationships built on a foundation of trust and respect. So how can we apply Stoic principles to master the art of body language? As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." It starts with self-awareness. Take the time to observe your own nonverbal cues. Are you truly present in your interactions, or are you closed off, perhaps without even realizing it? Are your gestures open and inviting, or do they erect barriers between you and others? Practice being in the moment, fully attentive to the person you're engaging with. Let your body language flow from a place of sincerity and intention. Habit number 4, the subtle scent of sophistication. It's amazing how a single fragrance can transport us back in time, evoke emotions, or even shape our perception of someone. As Seneca said, "Time discovers truth." It's more than just choosing a perfume or cologne. It's about selecting a scent that becomes an integral part of your identity, one that leaves a lasting impression without a single word needing to be exchanged. Stoicism teaches us the importance of intentionality in all aspects of life, including the seemingly mundane choice of a fragrance. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Perfection of character is this, to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense." It's about selecting a scent that aligns with who you are and the impression you wish to leave on the world, rather than succumbing to the latest trends or the most expensive brand. Scent is a form of non-verbal communication that, when chosen thoughtfully, reflects your inner self and values. A signature scent is not just an accessory, it's a personal statement, a subtle yet powerful way of expressing your uniqueness. As Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Think about it. Just as Stoics believe in the significance of our actions and words reflecting our inner virtues, a carefully chosen fragrance can serve as a reflection of your personality, mood, and character. Even your aspirations carry an olfactory fingerprint that says, "This is me," creating a sensory memory in the minds and noses of those you meet. Choosing this scent requires mindfulness. It involves understanding not just the fragrances you're drawn to, but also how they blend with your natural body chemistry, the environments you frequent, and the message you want to convey. Do you want to evoke a sense of calm and reliability? Perhaps a clean, fresh scent. Or maybe you wish to be remembered as bold and adventurous. Then something with spicy or woody notes might be your choice. As Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." The key here is coherence, ensuring that your scent choice is an extension of your personality and values, much like the Stoic principle of living in harmony with one's true nature. Moreover, the Stoic practice of moderation applies here as well. It's not about overwhelming those around you with an intense fragrance, but rather choosing a scent that invites them closer, that whispers rather than shouts. It's a scent that lingers in a room, leaving a subtle yet indelible mark, much like the quiet but profound impact we hope to have on the world through our actions and choices. Habit number 5 is manners that mesmerize. In an age where digital communication often strips away the nuances of personal interaction, manners offer a bridge back to genuine human connection. As Epicurus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. When we talk about manners that mesmerize, we're diving into something deeper than just saying please and thank you. We're exploring how the grace of our interactions can leave a lasting impression. Much like the enduring wisdom of Stoicism guides us to act with virtue and respect in all aspects of life. Stoicism, with its focus on virtue, self-control, and empathy, aligns perfectly with the concept of mesmerizing manners. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." It's not just about adhering to social protocols for the sake of appearances. It's about embodying respect, kindness, and consideration for others through our actions. This alignment between Stoic principles and our behavior towards others creates a quietly powerful allure. It signals that we're not only mindful of our actions, but deeply respect those we interact with. Consider the impact of genuinely listening when someone speaks, of fully engaging with them without the distraction of our phones or our own thoughts. As Seneca said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This act of presence, a cornerstone of Stoic practice, communicates that we value the person and the moment we're sharing with them. It's a simple yet profound manner that resonates deeply in today's often disengaged society. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us about the importance of empathy, understanding, and sharing the feelings of others. When our manners are infused with genuine empathy, when we're quick to offer a helping hand or a word of support, we're practicing Stoic virtues in the most relatable ways. These acts of kindness and empathy don't just make us more likable, they draw people to us, creating a magnetic pull of warmth and genuine connection. As Epicurus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Let's also discuss the subtleties of manners, knowing how to navigate the complexities of social interactions with grace. From the etiquette of dining to the art of conversation, these skills reflect mindfulness and respect for the situation and the company we're in. Stoicism doesn't teach us to withdraw from the world, but to engage with it thoughtfully. Mastering these social graces is a testament to that engagement. It's about showing that we care enough to put thought into our actions, to honor the unspoken rules that smooth the way for more meaningful interactions. Habit number 6 is being fully present. This isn't just advice, it's a powerful call to action, a remedy to the superficial interactions that have become all too common in our fast-paced world. Believe it or not, it ties beautifully into Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes living in the present and appreciating the moment for what it is. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Thou must now at last perceive of what universe thou art a part, and of what administrator of the universe thy existence is an efflux, and that a limit of time is fixed for thee, which if thou dost not use for clearing away the clouds from thy mind, it will go, and thou wilt go, and it will never return." Stoicism teaches us the value of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. When we apply this to our interactions with others, it means giving them our full attention, free from the pull of past regrets or future anxieties. It's about engaging with them wholeheartedly, with a sense of presence that says, "You are important to me, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be." This kind of attention is rare and precious, and it can transform even the most mundane interaction into a meaningful connection. As Epictetus said, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Being present involves more than just physically showing up. It requires active engagement with the here and now. Listening not just to respond, but to truly understand, is the difference between having a conversation with someone who's constantly checking their phone and talking to someone who's completely focused on you, making you feel seen and heard. The latter can leave a lasting impression, creating a sense of warmth and genuineness that's irresistibly attractive. But how do we cultivate this presence in a world that constantly vies for our attention? As Seneca said, the whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. It starts with mindfulness, the practice of being aware of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. By becoming more mindful, we can catch ourselves when our minds start to wander and gently bring our focus back to the present. Like any skill, mindfulness improves with practice and patience. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to appreciate the beauty of the present moment and see it as a gift. Every interaction, no matter how brief, is an opportunity to connect, to learn, and to grow. When we approach our interactions with this mindset, we not only enrich our own lives, but also touch the lives of those around us in profound ways. But being present also means being vulnerable, allowing ourselves to be seen and to see others without the shields we often put up. As Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." It's about dropping the facade and connecting on a human level, recognizing that at our core we all seek understanding and connection. This vulnerability, though it may seem daunting, is incredibly powerful. It breaks down barriers and builds trust, laying the foundation for deeper, more meaningful relationships. It's a reminder that sometimes less is more. This concept, deeply rooted in Stoicism's wisdom, teaches us the value of restraint and the power of keeping some things close to our chests. It's not about deceit or secrecy, but about the deliberate choice of what we reveal about ourselves and when. Habit number 7 is a touch of mystery. This selective sharing creates an allure that draws people in, eager to learn more about the person behind the curtain. As Seneca said, "It is quality rather than quantity that matters." Stoicism, with its emphasis on inner reflection and personal growth, encourages us to focus on developing our character rather than seeking external validation. This philosophy aligns perfectly with cultivating a sense of mystery. By not laying all our cards on the table, we invite others to engage more deeply, to look beyond the surface. It's a subtle invitation to explore, a signal that there's more to us than meets the eye. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig." This doesn't mean playing games or constructing a facade. Rather, it's about allowing our complexity and depth to unfold naturally over time. Imagine the difference between a book that gives away the plot in the first few pages and one that weaves a tale you can't put down, revealing its secrets layer by layer. Which one captivates you more? The same principle applies to personal interactions. A touch of mystery can transform a conversation from a mere exchange of information into an intriguing discovery. As Epictetus said, "If you wish to be a writer, write." It makes each interaction with us a chapter in a story that others are eager to continue, creating a magnetic pull toward the depth of our character. But how do we strike the right balance? It begins with mindfulness about what we share and the intention behind it. It's about sharing with purpose, not out of an impulse to fill the silence or because we feel pressured by an oversharing culture. It requires self-control, a virtue extolled by Stoicism, to navigate the fine line between being open and maintaining a touch of mystery. As Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." It's also about valuing the quality of our connections over the quantity, understanding that deeper relationships are built on a foundation of mutual discovery and respect for each other's depth. Furthermore, embracing a touch of mystery reflects respect for our own inner world. It acknowledges that some thoughts, experiences, and dreams are so precious that they gain value when not freely given away. This selective sharing is not about withholding, but about cherishing. It makes the eventual sharing all the more meaningful because it's offered, not demanded. In practicing this Stoic approach to mystery, we also learn to listen more. As Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." By being less eager to fill the space with our own stories, we open ourselves to hearing others and truly engaging with their essence. This creates a reciprocal dynamic, a dance of give and take that enriches both sides of the conversation. It fosters a genuine curiosity and connection that can be deeply satisfying. Habit number 8 is cultural wisdom. This isn't just about knowing facts or being able to name capitals. It's about understanding the soul of different cultures, appreciating their traditions, their struggles, and their joys. It's a journey of expanding our horizons, guided by the Stoic pursuit of knowledge and the virtue of wisdom, to cultivate a global mindset that celebrates diversity. Cultural wisdom fosters empathy, teaching us the importance of developing an understanding that goes beyond our immediate experiences. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." It encourages us to look outward, to learn from the world around us, and to see the common humanity in all people. By cultivating cultural wisdom, we're stepping into the shoes of others, exploring the rich tapestry of human culture. In doing so, we're not only broadening our own perspectives, but also breaking down the barriers that often divide us. Imagine the depth and richness that cultural wisdom adds to our conversations and interactions. As Seneca said, "Travel and change of place impart new vigor to the mind." When we can share a story from a different culture, express understanding, or even say a few words in another language, we're building bridges. We're showing respect for the experiences of others and signaling that we value diversity, not as an abstract concept, but as a lived reality. This doesn't require us to be world travelers or to have an encyclopedic knowledge of every culture. As Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Rather, it's about cultivating curiosity, an open mind, and a genuine interest in learning from the world's myriad ways of life. Moreover, Stoicism's emphasis on self-improvement and personal growth aligns perfectly with the pursuit of cultural wisdom. By exposing ourselves to different worldviews and philosophies, we're not just collecting information, we're challenging our assumptions, confronting our biases, and growing in empathy. We're engaging in a form of self-education that shapes us into more well-rounded, compassionate individuals, capable of engaging with the world in a more meaningful way. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." But how do we cultivate this cultural wisdom? It starts with small, intentional steps. Reading books by authors from around the world, watching films that offer a window into different lives, and engaging with art and music from diverse cultures. It's about seeking out conversations that broaden our understanding and push us out of our comfort zones. Every cultural encounter, every piece of knowledge gained, adds a layer to our understanding. enriching our perspective and enhancing our ability to connect with others. Habit number 9 is the heartbeat of compassion. This isn't just about feeling sorry for someone. It's about truly understanding their experiences, their joys, and their struggles, and connecting with them on a deep emotional level. As Seneca said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Compassion is the bridge that links our hearts, allowing us to see beyond our differences and recognize the shared humanity that binds us all. In the rich tapestry of Stoicism, compassion holds a special place, reflecting the philosophy's core principles of empathy, community, and the interconnectedness of all beings. Stoicism teaches us the value of recognizing our common bonds, urging us to extend our concern beyond our immediate circle to the wider community and the world at large. As Marcus Aurelius said, "We are all fellow citizens of one world." It's a call to action, encouraging us to feel deeply and act on those feelings meaningfully. When we approach others with compassion, we're doing more than just offering sympathy. We're offering a part of ourselves, our time, our attention, and our support. This act of giving, of stepping outside ourselves to alleviate the burdens of another, is one of the most magnetic and attractive qualities a person can possess. As Epictetus said, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." Compassion draws people to us, creating a warmth and depth in our relationships that is impossible to fabricate. But compassion isn't always easy. It requires us to confront our own discomfort and sit with the pain of others without rushing to offer quick fixes or platitudes. It asks us to listen deeply and understand before seeking to be understood. This level of engagement can be challenging, but is also incredibly rewarding. As Seneca said, "We should give as we would receive, cheerfully, quickly, and without hesitation. For there is no grace in a benefit that sticks to the fingers." By opening our hearts to the experiences of others, we not only help to lighten their load, but also enrich our own lives, gaining insights and perspectives that we might otherwise have missed. Moreover, compassion fosters a sense of belonging and community in a world that can often feel isolating and divided. Acts of compassion remind us that we are not alone, that we are part of something larger than ourselves. This sense of connection is what many of us crave at a fundamental level, and it's what makes compassion such a powerful tool for building relationships. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" When we show genuine concern for the well-being of others, we're laying the foundation for deep, lasting bonds that transcend the superficialities of everyday interaction. Practicing compassion also requires a certain degree of vulnerability. It means opening ourselves up to the possibility of being affected by the suffering of others, of feeling their pain as if it were our own. This vulnerability might seem daunting, but it's also a strength. As Epictetus said, "It is not death or pain that is to be dreaded, but the fear of pain or death." It demonstrates a rare and precious level of emotional openness and authenticity. It shows that we're willing to put aside our ego to connect with others in a raw and real way. This authenticity is magnetic, drawing others to us in a way that surface-level interactions never could. Habit number 10 is laughter. It's often said that laughter is the best medicine, and while it may not cure all ailments, it certainly has the power to transform the atmosphere of a room and the mood of its inhabitants. As Seneca said, "It is more fitting for a man to laugh at life than to lament over it." Laughter, with its infectious nature and ability to lighten even the heaviest of hearts, holds a special kind of magic. At first glance, stoicism and laughter might seem like unlikely companions. Yet Stoicism at its core is about living a good life, finding joy in the present moment, and connecting deeply with others, goals that laughter directly facilitates. The Stoics understood the value of joy and the importance of not taking life too seriously all the time. As Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." They knew that laughter could be a powerful tool for resilience, a way to face the absurdity and challenges of life with a lighter heart. It's in this shared laughter that we find common ground, a reminder that despite our differences, we all share the capacity for joy. Laughter also embodies the Stoic principle of focusing on the present. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." In a moment of genuine laughter, we're fully engaged in the here and now, free from worries about the past or anxiety about the future. It's a form of mindfulness, a way of fully appreciating the present moment and the joy it can hold. When we laugh, we're not just enjoying a temporary escape from life's difficulties. We're practicing a form of Stoic acceptance, acknowledging that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can choose to embrace life's lighter moments with open arms. Moreover, laughter is a powerful connector. It breaks down barriers and builds bridges. In shared moments of humor, we find ourselves more open, more connected, and more human. As Seneca said, "Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters." This aligns with the Stoic emphasis on community and the interconnectedness of all people. By laughing together, we're reminded of our shared humanity, of the common experiences and emotions that bind us. Laughter creates a sense of belonging, a feeling that despite our diverse backgrounds and life stories, we're not so different after all. But how do we cultivate more laughter in our lives? As Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." It starts with not taking ourselves too seriously. It's about being open to the absurdity of life, finding humor in our mistakes, and learning to laugh at ourselves. This doesn't mean ignoring the seriousness of certain situations or dismissing the real challenges we face. Instead, it's about balancing our perspective, recognizing that joy and sorrow are both integral parts of the human experience. It's about seeking out and creating opportunities for joy, whether through engaging with light-hearted content, spending time with people who make us laugh, or simply practicing the art of seeing the humor in everyday situations. Habit number 11 is the art of self-care. In a world that often pushes us to prioritize everything and everyone above ourselves, there's a quiet yet radical act of rebellion that can profoundly transform our lives: self-care. As Seneca said, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." Self-care goes far beyond the occasional spa day or indulgence in treats. It's about making a deliberate effort to care for our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-mastery and understanding what is within our control. Caring for oneself in this light is not an act of selfishness, but an exercise in recognizing our responsibility to maintain our own well-being. As Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." The Stoics believed in the value of the self and the significance of ensuring that we are at our best. Why? Because it is only from a place of strength and well-being that we can effectively contribute to the world around us, live in accordance with our values, and fulfill our duties to others. Self-care, from a Stoic perspective, is about showing respect for the gift of life and the body and mind that carry us through it. It's about acknowledging that our capacity to think, feel, and act according to our principles is inherently linked to how well we look after ourselves. This form of self-respect is the foundation upon which we build our interactions with the world. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When we value ourselves enough to prioritize our health and happiness, we're better equipped to face life's challenges with resilience and wisdom. But self-care, in the Stoic sense, isn't just about physical health. It's also about cultivating a healthy mind and emotional resilience. It involves practicing mindfulness, engaging in reflective thought, and seeking out activities that enrich us intellectually and spiritually. This holistic approach to self-care ensures that we're not just physically fit, but also emotionally and mentally prepared to engage with the complexities of life in a meaningful way. As Seneca said, "The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable." Moreover, practicing self-care creates a ripple effect. When we're at our best, we can offer more to others. We become more patient, understanding, and present in our relationships. We contribute to our communities with greater enthusiasm and effectiveness. This is the embodiment of the Stoic ideal of living in service to the common good. By taking care of ourselves, we're indirectly taking care of those around us because we're in a better position to offer support, wisdom, and kindness. As Epictetus said, "We are not privy to the stories behind people's actions, so we should be patient with others and suspend our judgment of them." So how do we integrate self-care into our daily lives in a way that reflects Stoic values? It starts with simple, intentional actions: eating nutritious foods that fuel our bodies, engaging in physical activity that strengthens us, ensuring we get enough rest, and setting aside time for reflection and relaxation. It also means setting boundaries to protect our time and energy, saying no when necessary, and prioritizing activities that align with our values and contribute to our growth. Habit number 12 is the allure of independence. This concept resonates deeply in a society that often champions self-reliance and personal freedom. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." However, when we peel back the layers, we find that the true essence of independence is not about solitude or isolation, but about the strength and confidence that come from knowing you can stand on your own. This strength, a central tenet of Stoicism, is not just about the ability to survive without assistance, but about thriving on your own terms, making decisions aligned with your values, and living a life that is authentically yours. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-discipline, personal responsibility, and the pursuit of virtue, teaches us that true independence is internal. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." It's the freedom that comes from mastering your desires, from being in control of your emotions, and from the deep understanding that your happiness and peace of mind come from within, not from external circumstances or the opinions of others. This philosophical approach encourages us to cultivate independence rooted in self-sufficiency, resilience, and the understanding that we have the power to shape our lives according to our principles. The allure of this kind of independence is profound. It's attractive because it represents a person who is not easily swayed by the tides of popular opinion and who does not rely on external validation to feel valued or successful. As Seneca said, "Let us train our minds to desire what the situation demands." This independence manifests in the confidence to make choices that are right for you, even when they go against the grain. It's about having the courage to follow your path, embrace your uniqueness, and live a life that truly reflects who you are. However, embracing independence doesn't mean rejecting the support and companionship of others. On the contrary, Stoicism teaches us the value of community and mutual support. The key is finding the balance between enjoying meaningful connections with others and maintaining the autonomy to pursue your own goals and values. It's about building relationships that respect your independence and encourage your growth, rather than those that constrain or define you. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears." Cultivating this sense of independence requires introspection and self-awareness. It involves regularly examining your values, goals, and the motivations behind your actions. Are you pursuing something because it truly resonates with you, or because you feel pressured by societal expectations? It also involves developing resilience, the ability to face challenges and setbacks without losing sight of your values or your sense of self. As we wrap up this journey through the Stoic art of silent attraction, remember that the most profound connections are often forged in the quiet moments, through the subtle strength of our character and in the authentic expression of our true selves. As Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Embrace these principles in your daily life and watch as the world around you transforms, drawing others to the warmth of your presence and the depth of your spirit. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Your engagement and curiosity are what make this community so special. If this conversation has sparked a desire for more, I invite you to watch one of the suggested videos on your screen. Dive deeper, continue growing, and let the timeless wisdom of Stoicism illuminate your path. And remember, in the silence of your actions, your life speaks volumes.